Today we're going to be showing you the main features of the Openings artificial intelligence product working on VERCIDA.com. So joining me today is Andrea from Openings. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Morgan. Great to do this.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today. So, Andrea, obviously we met now must be just 2 years ago coming up at the JobGate conference
Yeah,
in London.
that's correct. Yeah, I was doing a presentation around our technology, and yeah, we just you asked the question at the end. We got talking, and whatever. 2 years, is it 2 years? Um, Later, a year and a half,
That
2 years
must be
later.
about
Yeah,
18 months. 18 months,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
I have desire to get older faster than I actually am. um, Obviously, we've spent some time now implementing the technology onto the VERCIDA system. But I wonder if maybe you could give me kind of like, if you were going to introduce yourself as Andrea from IO, how would you summarize what you do in a minute to the person that didn't know?
Great. Sure. So at opening.io, we built a cognitive engine that lives in talent databases. It understands candidates and it understands jobs and it matches them together meaningfully. So we have what we call bidirectional search and match. We have 5 ways of bringing opportunities together, people and jobs together. And on top of that, we have other layers of intelligence that predict or recommend things like salaries, recommend skills, just understand patterns within talent and produces automation around it. But primarily, it's search and match technology that we have developed.
Okay, so it's technology that matches candidates' CVs to jobs, and it can also help employers to match the jobs that they have with candidates that are suitable from CV databases.
Absolutely. So we have 5 types of search and match. So the traditional way of searching would be, I have a new opportunity, a new opening. Here's my job description. I do various things with it. I put it on the job board. I run it through my ATS, and I get a short list of candidates. We have the other way around as well. I have a profile, a candidate profile, recommend jobs for them, which is where you could have, what Vercida is deployed. Then we also have, here's a candidate profile, show me more like her or like him. Here's a job description, show me, more jobs that are similar to that. These are industry and language agnostic. And then we have a fifth way in IT only that ranks based on 12 categories, ranks, who are my best iOS developers, who are my best DevOps. So these are the five ways of matching people and jobs together in various ways.
Okay, so what we've done together then is we've spent time integrating the Openings product onto the VERCIDA platform. Now, for those that want to get a brief description of VERCIDA, VERCIDA is an organization that helps individuals find jobs with companies that are inclusive to their needs as a human being. So we focus on organizations that have got strong LGBT emphasis. We have organizations that want to recruit people with safe backgrounds, increase their gender diversity, and increase people from different ethnic groups. So VERCIDA is a way of organizations attracting diverse talent, and they do that through showcasing both their jobs and their company culture within the VERCIDA platform. VERCIDA actually stands for values, equality, respect, culture, inclusion, diversity, and accessibility. So it's an acronym. And within the site, yeah, you can look at vacancies as you would on any job board, but being more of a career site focus, what we do is we profile what these organisations are doing to become an employer of choice for the types of people that they want to reach. So if they want to reach more females, we use content within job descriptions to do that. We bring together all of the things that the organisation is doing to become an employer choice types of people it wants to reach. So we bring all those initiatives. You can see here, for example, the Bank of England displaying the information about their diversity, their culture, and what they're doing to become an employer choice. So what we looked at within the partnership with Opening was the fact that we felt that the industry hadn't really done much to help the user experience as far as the job seeker was concerned. Now, most career or job boards focus on the user actually typing in a string. So they might look for a sales director role, and then they'd select the location, the benefits, whether it's full-time or part-time. Now, actually, that means that the user is not really taking advantage of the full range and the depth of the experience that they have on their CV. And it also means that they might be missing out on jobs that employers have called different things, because different organisations call different positions, effectively the same position, different things. So what we wanted to do was hook up with the guys over at Openings to embed their technology to give our users a better experience. So within the VERCIDA platform, what that means you can do as an individual is, as you register within our site, so if I fill out some details to get my base registration here, and then I can actually show you the product working. So this is pre-requirement, but I'm going to share this information. So to mail based job anywhere in the world. Set the password, register the system. Okay, now where we're actually at with the Openings product is the integration is now part of our system. So if I go in and actually load my CV, then we can show you the magic happen. So if I select my CV, okay, so by simply entering my CV into the system, and if I will also select some dad, so I'm going to select parenting, interested, internship, and homework opportunities. So I'm just going to share that information with the system, register. Now what that'll do is it'll now actually strip out the information from my CV. That will set that information over to the opening system. If I now log into the system, log into VERCIDA. It then ships it over to Openings, who extrapolate that information from my CV. The opening system will then actually look at the 8,006 jobs that we've got registered, and it will start to rank and score. So here we go. We've received the validation email from VERCIDA. So we're ready to roll. I'm going to validate that now. That then gets us through the GDPR barriers. And as you can see, I'm now logged in. Okay, now within the actual dashboard of the system, that's all now happened in real time. So if I go in and click the best matching jobs button, what we can see is right now, within seconds, the system's actually looked at my CV and it's now matching me with roles that are live within the VERCIDA platform. So you can see them ranked in order. Also, what it's showing is it's showing organisations that have got the initiatives that I was after. So here we can see it's a 92% match, but actually we're not seeing some of the things that are required, so home working and flexible working. So as a user of the system, what I'm able to do is really select the organisations that I feel are going to be right for me based on not just my skill sets, but my needs as a parent as well. So within this, I can read the job description, see if I'm happy with the information that I see, which I should be because there's a 100% job match there. Then I can simply proceed to apply and then go through. Now, that, Andrea, is a process that looks very simple, but there's obviously a lot going on in the background.
Yes, absolutely. So, everything that we do, or when I described the five types of search and match, um, these types of search and match are underlined by our technology, which runs on what is called deep learning. So 98% of our machine learning is performed, through deep learning, and that means that the system has previously looked at millions of data points, both CVs and jobs. It has learned and understood, and mapped all the industries and pretty much all the skills in the world, and we're continuously refreshing the engine. Um, and through that, the technology looks at various things. It looks at what is your current position, how long have you held it for, how long your relevant experience is, how current your relevant experience is, because there's one thing to have worked in a specific domain 2 years ago, or you're in it today, and it's another thing to have done those things 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So it looks at various different points depending on the industry as well. When it comes to tech, we would also look at your uh, if you have a portfolio, we look at that depending on what you're giving us within your CV. But it is, a complex process that happens within, less than a second.
So that's great. I mean, the advantages that we see for obviously job seekers here is the fact that they're not having to trawl through hundreds and hundreds of jobs and read job description after job description to then find out that the role is actually wrong for them. But more importantly, or as importantly, not necessarily more importantly, but I feel that it also then complements the fact that the employers that are then receiving the applications from the job seekers are going to be a lot stronger in their matches. So we're actually able to give VERCIDA clients a much truer match to the position of the candidate. Now, Andrea, this obviously depends on the strength of the CV of the job seeker. Is that right?
I mean, absolutely. It comes down to data, and you can have technology and a human sitting at the same table and looking at the same data. If you don't tell us about yourself, we will not know. We might assume, and you don't want either a human or technology to assume things about you. But obviously, the more information you give, and certainly when it comes to technology like ours, the more contextual information you give, the better grasp we have on what you know. Um, because there's layers to how we do the matching, and we allow biases to happen within our search. This is one use case, but we allow for bias to happen towards job description, or indeed towards the job title. We're able to look at various different data points, but if they're not there, then we will not recognize you. So there's two things here. One, if the data is there, is the candidate getting accurate, relevant information about where they could send their CV into, but also the employers making sure that they get relevant, suitable candidates, but also that there's something else. Mm, If relevance is there, we will find it. This was built with these databases be it ATSs or whatnot in mind, being kind of black holes that lend in relevance, but it's not always recognized. In this case, if relevance is there, we will find it. And just one more thing, you don't always have to give us the entire picture because we will be able to piece it together. And I'll give a technology example just very clearly. We don't need a word like Java to be written. If you give us enough contextual information, we will know where your skills are. But again, you give us everything, but do build a good enough representation of yourself within your CV.
Okay, so the system's intelligent enough to get context around the user and the type of behaviour they like to have as an employee, but obviously better the CV, more the system matches on. Well, is the system able to also make recommendations to candidates about what skill sets they might have in their CV that would help them?
Absolutely. So this is something that we have also developed. We're able to say, to look at a job description or at a CV, and because we've looked at hundreds of thousands or millions of them, we can tell you, look, you might want to consider these skills as well, because we have seen that other candidates like yours or other people building jobs like this have also used, these technologies or these skills or whatever. So we're able to do that. And the next step from that, because we're an R&D driven company, the next step for us is after we looked at all these career paths to say, and again, I'll give a technology example because I know that industry, but again, it can apply across. Java, why don't you learn Scala? You could earn 20K more and you could work for these 5 companies. So a step forward is mapping, mapping career paths.
Wow. Okay, so it's quite powerful stuff. Now, we're at the start of the journey with Opening, and we've got the product online, we've got it working, and we're about to start enhancing the user experience. Right now, it's kind of buried within the VERCIDA platform, and it's come out of beta now, so it's been tested. We're very confident about the accuracy. In fact, we've been amazed by the accuracy of the information and the time it's going to save job seekers. Now, this is a world first for a diversity organisation to be linking up with an AI machine learning company to provide this type of experience. So as far as I'm aware, no other career site in the world has this technology. So we're about to really start to build on that platform and actually let job seekers know it. Over the last year, we had over 2.5 million people came to the VERCIDA Diversity Jobs as it was platform previously, looking for their next career move. Now, because this is a new product in the eyes of the job seeker, we've got an educational piece to do here. So as people land actually within the job description, most people are coming in for Google searches, or they're coming in for external advertising that we've done, aggregation, that type of traffic driving. They'll be greeted with a chat bot, which will actually say, hey, you can see that you're looking at this job. If you share your CV with us, we can hit you up with other vacancies that are going to be a strong match for you. We're going to be working with ClickIQ on that technology to use their chatbot, and hopefully we'll be able to follow up with a webinar to discuss how that's going to work as well. So we're kind of at the point now where the relationship with Openings is very solid. We've got some new technology that's being rolled out in terms of the user experience. So what I'd say is watch this space. We'll do a follow-up webinar where we've got the user experience to the point where it's fine-tuned. So today was more of an overview piece to introduce Andrea, Openings.io, the VERCIDA platform, and how we're using Openings technology, the VERCIDA platform to provide a better user experience and to provide our clients with stronger matching job seekers. Is there anything you'd like to add before we close up, Andrea?
Look, I just want to say thanks, and I just want to say that on a personal level, for for me and for us, it's been important to deploy this on a platform like VERCIDA because diversity is something that we and I personally deeply care about. I've done many things in the past to contribute to this overall effort. So for me, I am super happy that we got to do this with VERCIDA, and I just love what you guys do. So anyway, you didn't tell me to say this though.
Well, thank you also, Andrew. Obviously, it's been wonderful working with you guys as well. It's been, in many ways, a lot easier to actually get the integration onto the system I thought it would be. So I think the next step for us will be to start introducing you to our clients to see how they can take advantage of your technology as well. So we can actually start providing that type of support. So we'll get some communication out from Katrina. In the meantime, this webinar will be posted out, so if anyone wants to get in contact with us, they can at info@vercida.com, and we'll certainly be in contact with you. So for today, Andrea, thank you very much. I look forward to following up with you with the enhanced user experience, and then we'll be able to start sharing some data around what the uplift are in the job seekers and how beneficial the product has been to us. So thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Morgan, and thank you so much for those listening.
Great. I'll speak to you very soon. Take care. On behalf of everyone at vercida.com, thank you very much for your time.